minute, guys. I've been on a hiatus because of all that long vacation, and I just want to come back on today. Today's Reset Tuesday. Y'all know what time it is. I think I had to get to the point where I had to reset my entire YouTube and just give myself some time. I did not do it intentionally. I just want you all to know. I went on vacation, got over there, guys. These international plans, they definitely gets you really good. And they were like, okay, to turn it on, it's like 15, $20 a day. I was like, forget you. So I ended up with there. I don't know, they have this thing with the Wi-Fi, and then they have this thing where, the internet. So I guess whatever one that I was on, they only allowed me access to Facebook, YouTube. So on my whole entire vacation, I could have done Facebook, I could do YouTube, but then when I come to go live, I was not able to go live, guys, because the bandwidth or whatever you want to call it, and because I wasn't paying for no no $20 a day, I say, oh, forget you. So I went into airplane mode, and whenever I stopped off somewhere and went somewhere, I ended up just tapping into their internet, and their internet was not the best. But I told you guys on my last video, I said, guys, if y'all don't see me, y'all already know that the internet has been playing around, and I'm not going to be being an arm and a leg. So that's what happened, guys. It was not done intentionally. I think what happened was that it was done appropriately and in perfect timing. So thanks to all of you guys that was reaching out like, Paulette, what's going on? What happened? Nothing. I ain't paying no $20 over there overseas. And I was over there, guys, for a total, like, I would say close to 2 months. So 2 months I went home. I also went on my Bahamas trip. So much I have to tell you guys. Okay, so I started off with my Bahamas vacation. We went on a cruise. We did 2 weeks over there. We went to all the nice little exotic islands that was on that area. I shared with you guys that one. I had internet, so I could go over there and I could share all my Facebook stuff. Hello sisters, what's going on? I'm driving, as y'all can see, so giving you guys update on what happened. So I ended up going to the Bahamas. We went for 2 weeks over there, and then I went to my hometown for a total of 3 weeks and a half per se. Then I was in Baltimore, guys. I was just all over the place, which it was so much. It was needed. Okay, it was needed. I needed a break. And then I come on to my YouTube, and I did not abandon you guys, honestly. But what happened is that because everything, you need to reset yourself, and I felt like it was a forced reset. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I really wanted to go on live and show you guys around, show you guys all the different stuff, but it just didn't happen like that. So coming back from a vacation, then I had family members that came in, and they were like, hey, we come in and visit you the day after I arrived here, and they just left. 2 weeks they stayed here with me. So I just want you guys to know that my hiatus on YouTube was not intentional. I really wanted to show you guys a little bit more, but it just happened that way. Okay, if you guys are just coming into Life with Paulette, yes, I've been on hiatus, but I am back. It's Reset Tuesday, and life, sometimes we need to reset ourselves, and it's nothing wrong with you it's nothing wrong with you taking some time away from things and then reflecting and coming back. So going away and not able to go on my YouTube channel at all on my lives, it give me that moment where I can focus on something else. So I ended up on my Facebook. For those that follow me on Facebook over there, or on my Instagram over there, Paulette for Real. You guys have been up to date, because that was the only channels that I was able to do any posting or do anything with, and it's been a minute. I got texts, I got calls, I got a lot of people like, what's going on with you? Nothing. It's just been life be life. And sometime the process of me going on vacation and thinking, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to just have fun. It's going to be, this is going to be that. Then other things happen. I lost my nephew in the process, be careful, guys, when you turning your car on. I know sometimes in certain areas you're the weather and it's too cold and you're like, I want to sit in the car and just leave it on, so I can stay warm, or you're sitting in a parking lot and you're like, I'm going to sit in the car, it's too hot. Be very careful, guys. I just want you to know that I lost my loved one just because they thought it was okay. And that thing that comes out of that car is a secret killer. And in less than seconds, from a conversation to no longer a conversation to we found somebody, this is what happened, and it was chaotic. And then I lost another family member. So in all of the good, the bad, there's a little bit of ugly of things that you gonna go through, but you got to push through. So I'm here today to say reset for me was a good thing. It was not intentional, but it happened because during the process of my hiatus, that if you want to call it hiatus for 2 months, I've learned how to deal with the good, the bad, and the ugly, and still count it all joy, as pastors say. There is things that, you're going back home, you're going to encounter, I'm the only one in my family that basically, follows the truth. I'm the only one that was being picked on in certain things because it's hot. It's like 100 and something degrees outside. It's humid, and I have on a long skirt, but y'all know me and these sandals. Pray for me, okay? Don't judge me. You pray for me, all right? And because of that, I got a lot of, not so much hate, because family sometimes will tell you things and in their mind it's just constructive, or in their mind it's just a way for them to, be like, this is not who you used to be, and you haven't seen them for over 10 years. So it's like, wait a minute, you used to show, you never showed all your behind, but at least you used to show your knees. Why we not seeing your knees? Why your skirt is all the way nearly down to your ankle? Why you have to be wearing a coat? Why you can't show your arms? There's questions, guys, that you sitting there and you're going to answer. And I answer because it's not strangers asking it. These is family members that you haven't seen forever, that saw you one way and then you're another way, and they can't understand, well, why is this, why is that? Now I'm going to be honest with you guys. My head tie, it was days I had it in my purse, but it was days it was so hot, if it didn't fall off, I probably did not put it on. And I prayed though. I had my prayer, I had my head cover and stuff like that. So as I am battling my own thesis in my worship, it's like things where most people don't talk about. I'm going to talk about it with you guys because y'all know I'm going to be honest with you. It was days that I did not wear a head tie, and then all of a sudden a reminder, I think it was that Saturday, Pastor preached, and he was like, if you're going to be on your on the YouTubes or the other thing, make sure that you're covering your head. And I was like, oops, maybe he saw me. I'm little old me. I'm like, oh my God. But that's how God talks to you. You gotta cover your head and do certain things that that your flesh and your body is going to fight you on it. And then you're like in a lion den where you're around all these people that that basically don't see what you see, and you're going to get a lot of judge. Now, I didn't care about the judging of my skirts. I didn't care about the judging of me covering up my arms or covering up myself, because I just felt like, it is what it is. But then at the end of the day, everybody's going to have their own judgment. I mean, we have our own little circle of that's on the faith, that they have their own judgment of you. Like, that one is, you can see this, or I can see your bra strap, or you know how we judge each other within each other. That's how it is. And I think sometimes we just got to learn to pray for people and allow people to grow at their pace and not at yours. Worry about your situations and your feces. So because I'm gonna be 100, I'm just gonna be honest and let you all know that, yeah, I had moments where I didn't have my head tie. I went out, I did have my skirts on, I never changed that. I didn't, I stayed to the core, but then do you drop the ball every once in a while? Yes. And I did not tie my head 24/7, but I did it when I prayed. When I prayed, I do have my head tied, and that's something that I have to work with, and that's something that you also is probably learning as the process go by. When you are growing in your faith, I'm a baby in this faith. I barely have a year, and I think I came a long way. I think I came a long way. There was a few times, when you're hanging around family, that you get that snapback, that slingshot effect, where they'll trigger here and there, and you have to catch yourself, like, wait a minute, And there was times where I have to correct my nieces or my nephews, and I have to go and repent for it after, because I'm auntie, and you're not going to disrespect me, and I'm going to stand up, and we're going to bob and weave if we have to. However, though, that's your old flesh that kicks in, and most people be like, oh, we're following the truth, and we're perfect. You're lying. Stop lying. Like, a lot of times when I sit back and I think about it, I'm like, honestly, there's only a few folks that I've seen so far that has been, like, brutally honest on this walk, because it's not perfect. It's not a perfect walk that you're going to have where you're going to be like, everything is, all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dot, but just to know that you have the hope of doing the right thing, and there's a guide, and yes, we're going to fall every once in a while, but during that moment of you falling, what happens is that you can pick yourself back up. You definitely get a chance to pick yourself back up, and that's the good part. That's the good part. Yes, indeed. So how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing so far? Let me know. Is everybody doing okay? Let me get in here and see who all is up in here. Hello, Sister Jolene. How are you today? Hope all is well with you. Oh my gosh, do you know that I forgot to do that? Let me go. I even forgot how to handle this live. I used to do something. See, now tomorrow I probably got to go in and check, because I forgot how to yeah, I totally forgot. I don't even know all these new buttons I'm seeing up here. I have to go and figure out how to put for subscribers or something on. Well, anyway, there you go. I forgot 2 months and it's gone. Okay, that old age is kicking in, but let them forget everything, But we'll figure something out here. I think is this. I can't remember. But yes, tell me about yourselves, guys. How is everybody doing? Oh, there it is. I figured it out. There it is. There we go. I think I did it. But yes, guys, that was my vacation in a nutshell. There was things that you had to encounter. There was things that, you were put to the test. And most of the time, guys, when you are on that journey, you will end up, getting to the point where it's like, I remember that old person. Yeah, and she's here right now. So I need some space. I need my time so that I can recover and recoup. But overall, guys, I just want you to know that things were amazing. I got a chance to go. You remember I had my dream location. I went on and I worked on that, so I got a chance to go see it face to face. So that's going great, guys. I have it up on my Airbnb is going. My condo is doing great, and then I have my other little dream that I was putting together, and that is like 1/4 away from completion. So whatever you want to do in life, guys, put your mind to it and get it done. Action, put some action behind it. When you put your action behind whatever you want to do, it will happen. The Lord will activate it if it's in his will. Okay, if it's in his will, it will happen. If not, then you probably need to pray about it and let him open up some things for you to figure out where you're stronger in. So I always like real estate. I always enjoy real estate, and so far so good. After all the wait, there's joy at the end, and that's where we're at, guys. Hello, Sister Sister Mrs. TNT. Hello, Mrs. TNT. Welcome in. Sister Jolene. Thank you guys for coming in. Sister EFP, what's going on with you? Hope all is well, sis. Nice to see you. Nice to see you guys. I will catch up sometime on you guys live every once in a while. You know, won't catch the live. I don't know why, but I will always go back and support you guys after, you know, by leaving you all a little heart and a butterfly, because like my butterfly is like, yeah, we in that cocoon, and then it comes to butterfly and it all starts all over again, where we're gonna be, you know, growth. It's consistent growth. So I will drop that, and then I'll drop a shining on you, meaning that you push through and you keep shining, just go about your business. You know, wherever you fall short, you pick yourself back up. Okay, wherever you fall short, pick yourself back up and keep it moving. Okay, ain't no sense of you sitting down over the valley just hoo-ha. Stop. Okay, just pick yourself back up. You go over there and you get yourself together. But my hiatus, like I was telling you guys, was not intentional. It was done, and I think it was so needed. It was so needed. I needed that. I needed that break, because I just felt like I was just doing a little bit too much. Have you ever felt that way, where you're feeling in your spirit like, okay, this is too much? And I don't want to get it where, you know, you get so boring, and then on YouTube it is so much sometimes that you put in, and most of the time, you know, people's gonna be people. 1 minute you're gonna grab, you know, you're gonna be like on it, and next minute people will be like, oh, she said she didn't wear her hair tie, unsubscribe and all that stuff. So I just want to say shout out for the ones that stayed, even though I didn't come on for 2 months. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for the ones that left and unsubscribed. You know what? I want to say thank you to you, because it just showed me that you were just here air hustling anyway. You wasn't here to be here. And I think sometimes we take for granted the ones that do stay. So I want to say shout out to you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, especially the ones that privately reached out to make sure or check in that I was okay. And, you know, that means a lot. That means a lot. You know, just show that, you know, people is like, where you at, girl? You know, I think I want to laugh today, or I want you cry today, Paulette. What is going on? Come on now. Come on out here. And, you know, I appreciate you guys. So thanks to all that stayed. Thanks to all that left, because, you know, life is going to be lifing, and sometimes we just need to clear the air. So I think that 2 months just give my channel a moment in time to sift through all the weeds, and now we have the real ones that's here. So I appreciate y'all for staying. Thank y'all. Okay, thank y'all. Let's see here. Avatar, listen, Jinx, you're here. I love you, Jinx. I miss you too. Congratulations to you on your 134. Remember when you only had 10? You remember when you're getting discouraged, and look at you, 134 subscribers. Now you're probably doing lives and all that good stuff. And thank you for putting me as a moderator as well. I appreciate that. Y'all know, you know, I'm going to go and support my friend. Yes, I will. Hello, John Smith. How are you? Sister Shelly, how are you, Sister Shelly? It's so good to hear from you. How is your healing? I saw you've been doing your nice little walks through the park and getting out there, not listening to the doctor. You're doing, you making sure you put that extra work in, because you're going to be, you know, you're going to heal. You're going to heal. You're putting your actions in. I'm so proud of you, Sister Shelly. I mean, you just take all excuses away from everybody, just to see all the process that you've been through, all that you've gone through, and you just keep shining. Keep shining, Sister Shelly. Guess what? You're motivating and inspiring everybody else that want to come in there and make excuses because their head hurts or their arm hurt. Like me today, I'm sore. I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I want to go to work today because my arm hurt or my leg hurt. And Sister Shelly just go through her surgeries and come out winning. And that's the attitude that I think I need to get a little bit of that attitude sometimes. You know, when you're going through stuff in life and you just come out on the other side of like giving uppercuts, like we gonna push through this. Ain't no way the devil be trying to take you out and you're not gonna put a fight up. So shout out to Sister Shelly for pushing through, and I'm so happy to see that she is walking and on her feet and just doing what, you know, she is just a strong soldier, I'd say. That's right. Yes, Sister Shelly. Oh my TNT. Oh my God. Look at Sister TNT. Let me see. Avatar. Avatar, that's his blessing. EFBC. Hey, hey, okay, okay. She said, Jinx said, Paulette, you got no idea how much confidence I have lost because of you going and high. Oh, Jinx, I'm so sorry, Jinx. Well, we got to get that confidence back now. You don't want to lose your confidence for too long. Okay, so we're back. I'm gonna work on at least probably 2 days, maybe 3 days. We gonna figure this thing out, okay? But definitely my Tuesday, Thursday, I'll be on here. You know, just making sure that we get our thing together and proceed and keep everything all encouraged, inspiring, a little exciting here. You're gonna see me cry every once in a while because you know there's always dust in this room up in here, okay? So we're gonna cry, but we're gonna keep it very honest with you. I'm not, you know, all that. It's no sense of you lying when you know the Lord can see everything, you know. So why am I gonna be lying to you? Like, yes, guys, you know, in my eye, I can see 2020 when I know I lie. You know, I know you lie too, okay? Stop it, okay? We're gonna fix that this year, 2026. We can't go out. We just gotta be honest with it. Let it burn. Let it burn. Some people can't handle the honesty though. I just want you to know that. But you coming on this channel, you're gonna hear the truth. I'm not gonna hide or sugarcoat anything. She said, I have lost confidence, hiatus. I left empty. You're the reason. Give me 1 second. You're the reason I believed in myself more. I love you, Sister Paula. Oh, you gonna make me cry. Jinx, that is so sweet. I love you too. And that's what our channel is about, is to inspire you. It's to show you that regardless of what you're going through, that you can still make somebody else shine on the other side, you know. And when I did come on, I wanted to come back on, you know, with the regardless of all what I share with you guys, of losing a loved ones, 2 to 3 of them, by the way, and life is life, and like life don't stop for you now. But you gotta always make sure you have the right attitude, regardless of your circumstance that you're going through. Make sure you have the right attitude, you know. And I think that's what I've learned. That's what my grandmother made sure to instill in us, that even if you're crying, you could still go ahead. You could, you know, you could smile and make somebody else feel encouraged and inspired, even through all of your scenarios that you're going through. That's what it's all about. That's winning, you know, that winning. And to hear that message from you, that comment, Jinx, I just want you to know that I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And you just made me feel good and encourage me with your kind words. You know, sometimes little do we know how much people that we inspire, how much people that we are touching through these YouTube streets. And I'm so glad that it's a positive, something positive, where, you know, you're a part of something that helps somebody else without, you know, sometimes it's not all money, it's not financial, you know, sometimes it's just encourage words, inspiration. Somebody can see you smile while you cry, you know, or you could give somebody hope on, you know what, I'm not perfect, she's not perfect either, and you could be an example to them. But you know what, I will always go and repent. I will always go and let somebody know, you know, hey, this is what I did, you know, I repent for it. I know I'm not perfect. I never come on here and tell you guys that I'm perfect. And you know, like Sister EFB say, you know, do you, girl? Thank you. You know, I mean, and that's the point where you get to. It's just a lot of times, you know, people want this, they want to hear all this the results to be, you know, like, you can't do that. I know you're not going to do that. And I'm like, yeah, you're going to do it, because you're human. And we forget, most people forget that even as you on your holiness journey, you going to fall short. So why am I going to come out here and make you think? When I first got onto my holiness journey, I was like, you know, everything is perfect, everything got to be this way, everything got to be the next way. And I put so much pressure on myself. Then you had people sending you emails, sending you little comments, little message, audacity, to tell you don't do this, you're not doing this, and making you feel even more uncomfortable as you're battling your own feces. They had so much to share with you on what you were doing so wrong in reality, when you know what you got to do. You know what you're doing wrong behind closed doors. Why am I going to be here judging you about it when you know that you pray about your stuff, that thing that you just can't get enough of, that one scenario that you just can't do without? Like, everybody knows their struggle. I don't need no extra one coming in saying, well, don't do this, do the next thing, don't do the next thing. Let people grow on their own pace and let them be. So yes, it's the EFP. I've learned now I'm doing me. I'm doing me, and with God's way though. You want to do it the right way, but then I'm not all that extra noise. It's gone. Girl, that didn't left since last year on the boat somewhere in the ocean. It's gone, because I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about what people think, what people see. Is the Lord gonna prick you. Y'all know my little sandal thing I told you guys. I'm like, hey, I don't see this, I don't see that. I'm very authentic with you guys and telling you guys what I see, what I don't see, the things that I'm working on and I need prayer for. Like, I'll wear a sandals in 2 seconds. That's my thesis, but that's my thesis. That may not be your thesis. The other day I was sharing with a sister, and I was like, that's where I'm at. I don't see anything wrong with the sandals, if it's a respectable sandals to wear. And they laughed at me. They're like, here we are struggling with all of our little skeletons in our closet of things that's way beyond, and here you are talking about sandals. And they laugh. It's like joke laugh. But it was great to have these conversations with sisters that everybody has their own little thesis that they're working through, and my little thesis that I was working through was minimal compared to what they were going through. And I was like, wow. And here I am, and I beat myself up. I ain't beat myself up no more. Do I wear sandals? Yes, I do. Okay, come get me. Yeah, that's my thesis. That's what I've been working on changing and adjusting. When I went home, did not put on my head tie, but I had it in my purse. After I prayed, I took it off. Yes, I did. That's my thesis, guys. That let people develop, and in the process, that's going to get to the point where it's going to become second nature. But you telling people, it's stop. Just stop. I just got back to let me go through these a little bit. I don't care. Sister Shelley said, I don't care what people say, because this is my walk with God and not theirs. Amen, Sister Shelley. And I'm glad that, I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, Sister Shelley from time I knew her, she was always like, this is where I'm at. This is it. And I like that honesty. And I was like, man, if many people would just be themselves instead of coming on pretending about, this is what we are and this is what you got to do. And then 2 seconds later, they fell off the cliff. But guess what? The ones that was honest, the ones that was just going through their own thesis, they're still here standing, guys. I know y'all probably, I wonder where Paulette is. I wonder, well, have you all seen her? I was right on social media, just not on YouTube due to this internet thing, and I wasn't paying $20. That's where I was at, But the ones that knew, they knew. The ones that followed Facebook and Instagram, they got all the extra little information. And then the YouTube ones, they just stayed like, I wonder, is she still here? Y'all know how y'all was saying. I know y'all was like, oh my God, and she fell off. I didn't went nowhere, guys, because God is who sustains me, okay? And He's not going to let me go just like that. However, though, that I went through my little process, ups and downs, and pull myself back together, I sure did. With the help of the good Lord. He's not going to leave you, okay? He's right there with you when you're going through your tantrums. And then all of a sudden, He's like, okay, now pick it up. Let's go. Pick it up. There's enough of that. I ain't staying in this valley with you. We need to move. Okay. And that's the type of when you're consistently on a daily basis connecting with God and you're sharing your feelings, he knows what you need. But also, it's also beautiful when you could pray to him about what you need, and he's like, okay, now you really mean that you need to change, and let me help you in this area, let me help you in the other area, that type of stuff, but at the end of the day, I just want you guys to know is that we're back. Reset Tuesday. Take yourself away from things that you feel you're doing a little bit too much. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. I need to switch over. Yes. Can you guys hear me still? Just making sure, because the internet just dropped. So yes, Sister Shelley, sometimes that's the thing. I mean, you hear one person say this, the other person say this, and then da 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 da, and then all of a sudden the confusion steps. I mean, the devil steps in. So I need to sit down. I sent some questions to a minister, and I'm waiting on response. So there's a lot of things where now that you sit down and settle and say, forget all the extra noise around you. Let me focus in on what needs to be, let me ask my questions now. That's the issue where I'm at, where I'm just waiting for response. But yeah, I understand totally. That's what the Bible says. That's what the Bible says, However, though, is a suggestion, I think, and I don't have a tempo. And Elder Jones say, take your time. I love the word to get into you. So I'm going to just hold on to that. I'm going to chew on what he said a little bit longer until I get all my answers that I needed. Sister Shelley, Paulette, hey girl, got news. Okay, tell me the news. I was here forever. I don't care how many years by. I'm right here by your side. Oh, thank you. You're so kind, Jinx. I love you too. No, not live. Not until May 22nd. My grades bad. Oh, Jinx, let's get these grades together, okay? Stop playing around, Jinx. Get these grades together. Hello, Sister Tanya. Sister EFP said, did you take a break from rideshare and DoorDash? Sis, yes, I did. When I was away, I did not work for 2 months, girl. She came back bussing it, okay? I came back bussing it. I have not. When I came back that Monday, I came back on a Saturday. On Monday, it started all over again. My ride share, I definitely kicked in on ride share. DoorDash, you know how DoorDash works. It's like, maybe today or maybe tomorrow, or maybe not. That type of stuff with DoorDash. But I'm back, and DoorDash has been the little extra on the side, just pulling the little hinges. But Walmart Spark, I don't know if you got onto your Walmart Spark yet, sis. Call me, okay? Because Walmart Spark is leading right now at this point in time. If you all are not on Walmart Spark, you're missing out on this money, okay? I'm just saying. Sister Tanya, but I got my labs done, and I want the doctor. Thanks, okay. Little sister food on her birthday. Okay, there you go. Well, all you girl, the dust. Yes, Sister Tanya, you know how we go with this dust, girlfriend. Sister EFP say holiness gardens. Yes, gardens. Yeah, we always have that holiness, all of those policing and all that stuff. Leave people alone. Let them be. Leave people alone. Every walk is individual, and what my Achilles heel is not yours. I know many of you guys have no issues covering up your toes. My toes sweat. I mean, they cry when I cover them up. I mean, literally, my shoe be like kush 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 kush. It's just I'm an island girl. I'm used to letting the toes out, walking barefooted, and even that, sometimes when I went on the beach, back home, I had my toes out. I'm like, okay. It is what it is. Everybody's like, you can get gym pool slippers or something like that. But pool slippers, I tried that at the beginning, okay? When you going on sand in pool slippers, all of the crease of that thing is so, all that sand get in there, you ruin all your shoes full of sand. No, guys, no, we gotta come up with something else. We gotta come up with something else. So that didn't work. And I went barefooted and my feet hit that nice hot sand and that water, and it felt so relaxing. I got me a free pedicure, by the way, because when the sand hit your little harsh, the heel, that rough heel that you've been covering up and you ain't taking care of, that part, it just get a nice free pedicure. So that's what I was doing over there. Elvira said, it's a tough walk. Yes, it is, sis. It sure is. It's a totally tough walk. Greetings, Sister Dawn. Look at you. How are you? John Smith say, tell it, Paulette. Well, brother, I'm gonna let it out. I'm gonna let it out because we gotta stay authentic and honest and not hypocrites. We're not hypocrites. That's why I was telling you I love about Sister Shelley. Sister Shelley told you just what time it was, and it is what it is. And I think many of us sometimes get intimidated by people that can speak up and all of a sudden you're not getting struck down by the Lord because that's how you feel. I mean, people got to learn to respect people in their position where they're at. And that's what I've seen so far on this walk. That is the hardest thing for people to do. You get an unsubscribe in 2 seconds because you didn't blink right. But at this point in time, thanks for those that stayed. I appreciate you. Y'all are the real ones here. And that's all I need, okay? That's all I need. I'm not looking I need to grow hair. Honestly, this is one of my smallest channels, my YouTube. I put a lot of more work in this YouTube than I am in any other thing. I post here and there, and it's just a different world on the other side. But YouTube, it just takes a little minute to get yourself together to, do this and do that. And, a lot of times it's too much for me. But I would say 2 days out of the week, maybe 3 days, I will come on or chit chats. And when I do start my gig again, I will come on here and I will let you all know what's going on. But right now, Walmart Spark is kicking. Okay. Walmart Spark and the Drive. Lyft, that's my money maker. That's my money maker. If I'm looking to make something and make it make sense, guys, those two together, it's like boom. Right now, they're texting me right now talking about, come on, girl. Come on. EFP say, yep, Shelly been real. EFP, your hair is so cute. Oh, thank you. So I need to post my thing that I have. I got this what to call it now. I have my hair shrinks a lot, and it's like a gel that I put on, and once you go to bed, everything just goes and it is what it is. But it's called some box daddy something. I'm gonna post a picture actually because I took a picture with it. I want to share it with you guys for natural hair, and their natural ingredients as well, and my hair loved it. So I just finger curls every time with the little gel. You see that? Yeah, I'm not here. Oh my God. No, it shrink. Okay, I got 4C hair. My hair shrinks. So, and when you put the gel on it, it don't help it anyway. And I don't care. I love my hair bushy anyhow. So that it is what it is. But it's a gel that I have in. Not so much a gel. It's like out of flaxseed. It's out of flaxseed, but it's more natural. So when I put it on, it gives me the shrinkage. But if you all can see, it gives your hair that, look at it. Look at all my little curls. And then I just fingered, and it's just cute. It's just something different that I tried when I was overseas. It looks so high. Yes, and that's the part, the hydration of it, because the flaxseed that mixed with all the different oils and stuff it does a great job. So I just want I'm going to share that with you guys because I think everybody should be able to go and try something that's going to work for them and their hair. Okay, that works for me. Sister Dawn said, I owe no one any explanation except God. You and I have spoken of length about this. Yes, Sister Dawn, you're another real one. Sister Dawn, I know. Sister Straight. Okay, she will cut you down in 2 seconds and build you back up if she have to. But I'm just saying, not everybody has that type of, this is where I'm at. Y'all need to back up, and leave me alone. 2 seconds. I'm about to, I'm one French fries away from crumbling. So y'all better leave, that type of persona. Not everybody has. And most people, I prefer to be honest than to lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna lie. I will incriminate myself because you know what? God sees everything. So why am I lying? No sense of lying. Just be honest, because somebody else is doing the same thing that you're doing, and then they feel a certain way. But if you be honest with them, they can feel like, you know what, this walk is definitely not perfect. This walk is not perfect. This person is overcoming, and I like how they're moving. They're still in their faith. However, though, they have these struggles, and if they could do it, I can do it. That's what I'm looking on my walk. If I can do it, you can do it. Trust me, you can do it. You know, it's not easy, okay? But you can do it too. And that's what I think that most of the time on holiness, everybody is so cookie cutter. Like, if you're not doing this, then I'm not your friend anymore. Or I'm not doing it. All of that is so immature and petty for me. You know, it's like, oh, get over it, guys. You know, and then 2 seconds later, they're like gone. Like, where did they go? Oh, because they didn't fell off the map. You know, so you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh my God, there's no sound. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. Okay. I was just going to say. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for you. 40 minutes of love and appreciation to each and every one of you guys that you know, that stayed and knew that I was going to come back. You know, all my friends, y'all already know who you are. You know, y'all, we got the text going. You all saw me on my Facebook and you saw me, you know, on Facebook. So, by the way, if you have not followed me on Facebook, go ahead and follow me. So that way, when you see me fall off of YouTube again, then you would know, oh my gosh, I got to find her on YouTube or Instagram, Life with Paulette. Go ahead and find me over there, you know, because I'm going to be on one of the platforms. And then sometimes I go on hiatus on all the platforms just because you need to reset. So Reset Tuesday is all about resetting yourself, your brain, your thinking, your mindset. Everything is being resetted so that way that you can give yourself a fresh start. And that's what I did. I'm so glad and grateful that unintentionally I got a fresh start, and look at here we are, 41 minutes in. Money is to be made because I gotta go shop up in there. Hello, Brother Goyo, and bye, Brother Goyo. You always come in when I'm leaving. I gotta leave. I gotta go and shop. But I love you guys for staying. For those that stayed this test of time, those 2 months, I know I went on hiatus, and I apologize for it. You know, I apologize, but you know, my other medias was up and running. You came back. Thank God. Yes. Thank God, Brother Goyo. You know I ain't going anywhere, but that's because you're not on my Facebook nor Instagram. Go over there at Life with Paulette on my Instagram, so that way you would have been caught up with what was going on and why I was hiatus. It was not intentionally. It just happened because the internet over there, they wanted to charge me $20 a day, and I ain't paying them no $20 a day plus my bill. You done lost your mind? We ain't doing that. So that's where we were at. But at the end of the day, guys, I love you guys. Thank you, Brother Goyo, for coming in. Do you have Facebook? Go look for Paulette Hogan on Facebook. You'll find me. And if you're on Facebook, and if you're not on Facebook, then I'm on TikTok, I think it is. I don't even be on there that much, but you know, go find me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You don't have Instagram, but you got Facebook, or you have TikTok. Go over here. Go ahead and just look me up. You'll find me. You can't miss me. You can't miss me because I got my hair tied. Okay, I'm out. Bye, deuces. I love it. No Facebook, no Facebook. Well, Goyo, you need to get with the program now, okay? Solo te estoy diciendo que tú tienes que estar ahí con el programa. ¿Cómo no vas a tener ningún Facebook, ni Instagram, ni tampoco TikTok? ¿Qué te pasa? Aquí YouTube, todo no está aquí en YouTube. Mira, yo me fui por 2 meses y no sabía dónde estaba, ¿verdad? Estabas allí pensando, a ver, ¿dónde está Paulette? Ojalá que todo está bien. Yo sé que estaban muy preocupados. Todos estaban preocupados, ¿verdad? Hey, tenés que conseguir otra media para que tú puedas estar al tanto de las cosas. So, abre su Facebook. Hay bastantes Truth of God allá en Facebook, en Instagram, que usted podía estar ahí velando, ¿eh? Ahí viendo para ver qué está pasando, okay? And I practiced up on my Spanish when I went home, so I'm gonna come back and we'll give a whole program in Spanish for y'all, okay? Tal vez agarro TikTok. Sí, agarro TikTok. Ahí está el pastor ahí en TikTok también. So, él está en todas partes, en todas las medias. Hay alguien ahí manejando sus cuentas. So, y puedes conseguir bastantes cosas ahí de Truth of God. So, lo que yo estoy diciendo, estás perdiendo. Anda a agarrar TikTok y buscar a Life with Paulette allá para que tú puedas estar al tanto, ¿ok? Y cuando yo me voy de hiatus otra vez por 2 meses, ahí voy a estar. Ahí va a me encontrar en cualquiera de esos medias, ¿ok? All right, pues. Bueno, hermano, yo te voy a ver después en el otro, on Thursday. On Thursday, I'm coming back with health and fitness because I want to share with you guys my health and fitness. You know, Paulette not only been working on losing her weight, she been losing a few pounds, guys. It's probably not a lot to you, but to me, oh, my goodness, okay, I'm gonna update you all on Thursday. So come back on Thursday with health and fitness, and I'm gonna share with you guys what I've been doing and so far what's been helping me. Okay, I love y'all. I gotta go now for real, okay? Thank y'all. Bye.